battery WH. Battery WH is a capacity measurement of a battery. It stands for watt hours. A battery is often labelled with the voltage that it is, a 1.5 or a 9 volt battery for instance. You might know that a particular battery is 1.5 volts, but you won't know what the battery capacity is or how long it will last. Laptop batteries and mobile phone batteries also have a capacity quoted, so you can compare them. You'll see quite a difference in the prices of laptop batteries. This comes down mainly to the capacity of the battery. A top-of-the-range laptop battery can last almost twice as long as an economy one. It will obviously cost more though. Battery sizes. Have you ever wondered what's the difference between an AA 1.5 volt battery and a Type C 1.5 volt battery? Obviously they are different sizes, but they're both the same voltage, so why is one bigger than the other? As you may have guessed, it's capacity. A Type C 1.5 volt battery has a larger capacity than an AA 1.5 volt battery. Batteries with larger capacities are physically larger. They need to be. You will find that larger laptop capacity batteries have more cells in them than their economy counterparts. What is the AH on a battery? AH of a battery stands for ampere hours. It's abbreviated as AH and it's another capacity measurement for batteries. A lithium battery pack rated at 10 AH could supply 10 amps for an hour or 1 amp for 10 hours. What is mAh or milliamp hour? A milliamp hour is 1,000th of an ampere, not a millionth as it sounds like it should be. So if a battery cell's rated at 6,600 milliamp hours, it's also 6.6 ampere hours. This could supply 6.6 amps for an hour, or 660 milliamps for 10 hours, or 66 milliamps for 100 hours. What's the difference between ampere hours and watt hours? Ampere hours is a current rating and watt hours is a power rating. How to calculate the watt hours of a battery. If you've got a basic understanding of Ohm's law from school physics lessons, you'll know that to calculate the power, you also need to know a voltage, as power is equal to voltage multiplied by current. A power is rated in watts, current is amps, and voltage is obviously volts. So if you look at a real example of a laptop battery, 11.1 volts and 6,600 milliamp hours, it's simply 1 times by the other, which comes to 73.26. So this particular battery has a power capacity of 73 watt hours. You can use this formula to convert between milliamp hours and watt hours. What is a good laptop battery size in watt hours? As a guide, a typical capacity of a lithium-ion battery cell for a laptop varies from about 48 watt hours for a budget one up to around 90 watt hours for a top-of-the-range one. A larger watt-hour battery can store more charge and can supply energy for a longer time before it becomes discharged. If you have to use your laptop away from a power source for extended periods of time, you should look at the watt-hour specification and look for a large one. Lithium battery cell life. As lithium batteries age, their ability to store a charge deteriorates. You'll notice the effects if you have an aging laptop where the battery power isn't what it used to be. As the battery gets older, the watt-hour capacity goes down, so it could be quite a way off what's printed on the label. What started as a 64 watt-hour rating could be half that after a few years of use. If your laptop battery is coming to the end of its useful life, you can either use it connected to the mains adapter or replace it with a new one. There are a couple of things you can do to extend the life of a laptop battery. Firstly, disconnect it from the mains power when you're not using it or charging it. Secondly, if you use it plugged into the mains for a long period of time in an office or something similar, then unplug the battery from the laptop. A laptop battery's life varies depending on how often you use it and what you use it for. If it's plugged into the mains permanently, your battery will be using up its lifetime cycles needlessly. You can spend up to £80 on a new battery, so you don't want to be doing it too often. Why are mobile phone battery capacities measured in milliamp hours instead of watt amp hours? There are a number of reasons as to why this is. One of the reasons is that because the voltage of mobile phone batteries is around the same, it makes it easier to compare them. It's also because it's become a standard measurement of battery capacities for mobile phones. As you can see using the formula, power equals current times voltage, it's easy to convert between watt hours and amp hours or milliamp hours. If you know what current your laptop computer typically uses, you'll be able to work out how long your laptop will work for between charges. If you time how long it actually works for and calculate what it should, you'll get a pretty good idea if it's coming to the end of its working life. You can also use the calculations to compare different specifications if one manufacturer uses watt hours and another uses milliamp hours.